Okay, greetings, my friends. This is from a website called WND. It's a WND exclusive. I am allowed to share this by their copyright rules, and I'm giving them full credit. And I'm going for word off the article, and I'm going to read it to you. You read it yourself as we go along as well. First of all, let me say that I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Always been an independent. I can't stand Hillary Clinton. I don't like Donald Trump. I like Hillary Clinton even less than I like Donald Trump. She, to me, is just pure evil. And let's go ahead and read what the Secret Service agent warns of dictator Hillary. There are rules for the Clintons, and there are rules for everyone else. Gary Byrne worked in the White House during the Clinton administration, but he wasn't among the speakers invited to give testimony at the Democratic National Convention last week of Hillary Clinton's character and deeds. Had he been given the opportunity, his summary of Clinton would have been, she's a dictator. There are two sets of rules, he says. There are rules for the Clintons, and there are rules for everybody else, he said. Byrne, who protected the Clintons for 8 years as a uniformed Secret Service officer, spoke to WND at the Republican National Convention about his best-selling book, Crisis of Character. He responded to the fierce criticism he's received from Clinton supporters and the president of the Association of Former Agents of the United States Secret Service, who denounced the book, saying there is no place for any self-moralizing narratives, particularly those with an underlying motive. Byrne, who was posted outside the Oval Office door for 3 years, told WND he's taking legal steps to stop what he regards as slander. He does understand why some former and current agents complain he is talking out of school, but he said his motive is love of country. The reason I'm talking out of school, he told WND, is because I want people to know what the truth is about Mrs. Clinton. Byrne claims Hillary Clinton displayed a Jekyll and Hyde personality. I'm not surprised to hear that at all. And was verbally and physically abusive to security officers as well as Bill Clinton, even giving the president a black eye. Her brand was her only concern. She was a faux leader, all bark, no bite, but in a very real power position as First Lady, he writes in his book. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll up here a little bit so we can get a good read here. Okay, he noted in exchange that he said typified her. Good morning, First Lady, an officer said. Go F yourself, Hillary replied. What I saw personally. This guy is saying he saw this personally. Politico reported it spoke with several high-level members of Secret Service presidential details who insisted Byrne was too low-ranking to have witnessed what he claims. First of all, let me freeze this for a minute. Remember, I also told you that Bill Clinton's favorite paramour also said she heard Mrs. Clinton, Hillary Clinton, at the old governor's mansion in Arkansas when Bill was still governor, when they had an Easter egg hunt for disabled children. She said, when are these effing retards going to be finished? And again, I hate the word retards. I hate the word effing. She was quoted as saying that. Her and Bill were also quoted by the same source. So also 2 state troopers supposedly heard what I just said. Also the same source quoted Bill and Hillary as calling black people effing the N-word. So again, there's 2 Hillary Clintons that appears to be 2 Hillary Clintons. One you see on camera and one when the cameras aren't rolling. Now, back to what I was just saying. Byrne, noting his proximity to the Oval Office, argued that Secret Service agents have shared similar stories of the Clintons with reporters on background, but I'm putting my name on it, he said. I'm telling you what I saw personally, what I know is true, he said. If it wasn't true, who would put themselves at this risk and this exposure? Good question, good point. He said there's a considerable amount of relevant information he didn't put in the book because it would expose too much of the Secret Service's operations and inadvertently would hammer people that have gone on with their lives, and I'm not going to do that. I respect him for that. He said, however, that he's put some of the information in the hands of the right people. They don't let just anybody do it. To the people who are coming out and disparaging me, he said, it's important to understand that he got into the Secret Service by taking a lie detector test. The Clintons got there where they are jumping got where they are by jumping from one scandal and telling lies to the next scandal and telling lies, he said. I was an Air Force security policeman where I was charged with securing nuclear weapons. The Air Force doesn't let just anyone around nuclear weapons, Byrne continued. I concur, and I know that for a fact because I was in the military and I was with the Marines and Recon, which is their version of the Navy SEALs, the Army Rangers, Green Berets, etc. The Secret Service doesn't let just anybody join the uniformed division, he said. And the Air Marshals don't let just anybody become an Air Marshal. He recently retired as an Air Marshal. As soon as someone from the Clinton administration is ready to take a lie detector test about her behavior, I'll be ready to take one about mine, he told WND. Sounds fair enough to me. Byrne explained that he purposely wrote the book without telling anybody. I'm not asking anybody to come forward. This is my decision. I wanted to get my message out, he said. I want to get the truth out. I'm not saying nobody else should do it, but I'm not asking them to step up for me. It's not fair. I think the risk is too great. Author Ronald Kessler, who has written his own book on Hillary Clinton's time in the White House, has defended Byrne, telling the Boston Herald the former Secret Service agent's description of the Clintons is right on. It has to do with her character, the hypocrisy of someone who claims to help the country and yet she can't bring herself to treat other human beings who are less powerful than she is with respect and dignity, he said. Someone like that can really get out of control once they get in the White House. They have all that power and they become even more arrogant. I don't know how Hillary can be even more arrogant. Kessler said Hillary Clinton would actually even recently tell agents she didn't want to see them when they were at events. She literally wanted them to hide behind curtains, Kessler told the paper. Bizarre world. Byrne noted he was the first Secret Service officer ever compelled to testify in a criminal case against the president. In the Monica Lewinsky case, he was subpoenaed 6 times by independent counsel Ken Starr and eventually ordered to. So if I didn't take this kind of information, if I didn't have this access, and if I had never seen it, why was I subpoenaed? He asked. Very good question. He also noted the Clinton supporters went right to the testimony when the book came out and tried to compare it. They tried to say that I was saying stuff that I didn't say in testimony, Byrne told WND. Well, of course I did. I was answering questions to things the investigators were asking. It wasn't my job to tell them how to do their job. They asked me questions about tissues. I answered about tissues. He explained there were so many things that happened that I had information about. If they didn't ask about those things exactly, then I couldn't talk about it, he said. He said the investigation had many rules that seemed to change by the day, and he noted that because he was a government employee, he had no attorney-client privilege. So the guys who were supposedly helping us were in the steakhouse at night with the guys who were investigating the president, who were investing, he said. It was so bizarre. There's also another reason he wrote the book, he said. I want the American people to know how bizarre it is to have to protect the Clintons, Byrne told WND. Do you really want to put the country through that again? The Last Barrier. As previously reported, Byrne disclosed in his book that while Bill Clinton was engaged in a sexual relationship with Monica Lewinsky, the president had other mistresses. Big surprise. I stood guard, a pistol at my hip, outside the Oval Office, the last barrier before anyone saw Bill Clinton, Byrne writes in this book. The last barrier before Monica Lewinsky saw Bill Clinton. Yes, I'm that Secret Service officer. He tells how he tried unsuccessfully to stop the affair with Lewinsky, getting her transferred to work with Hillary Clinton in the East Wing of the White House. Byrne claims Bill Clinton personally ordered agents with the Secret Service to give Lewinsky access to his office in early 1996, even providing her a secret phone number to reach the Commander-in-Chief directly. We wondered how he ever got any work done and joked he would have been better at running a brothel in a red light district than the White House, Byrne writes. Ultimately, Byrne noted to WND the issue legally was perjury and suborning perjury, compelling a witness to lie, as Bill Clinton convinced Monica Lewinsky to tell everyone in the Secret Service when the story broke, knew they were lying, Byrne told WND. Here's the thing. He took an oath too. Bill Clinton took an oath of the presidency. I took an oath as a Secret Service officer to protect the office of the presidency and the Constitution, he said. He took the same oath and lied. Burns said Clinton did what the Clinton machine always does. It lies, it blames other people, and then it tries to suppress the truth by getting other people to lie. He related one of his fears if Bill Clinton returns to the White House. Who's going to protect these young women who work there from Bill Clinton, he asked. Do we really want to drag the country from one scandal to the next? Tell him the story. Burns says he's received positive feedback from former colleagues. He heard from the wife of a former coworker who died about 5 years ago in a car accident. His wife was so sweet. She was so excited, she said. He really wanted to pursue a book and talk about these things, Burns said. He was so appalled by the things he saw, and of course, he never got the chance. Burns said he does have some concerns about his safety, but doesn't fear for his life. I have taken some steps, he said. I've protected other people my entire life. I know how to protect myself. Until the election November 8th, he said he will continue to tell his story. After the election is over, it is what it is, and I'll go on being the dedicated American I've always been. Again, this is WND's material, copyrighted 2016. If you want to read more about this, which is the entire story I just shared, here's the link right here. You can go ahead and get on it and read it for yourself from the direct source. If you've never been saved or you're backslidden, this is a Christian ministry. Jesus Christ is your only hope. Right in the box below the video, I have a prayer and 6 vital next steps. Pray that prayer. Do those steps as soon as possible. No one's guaranteed even the next second of your life. If you'd like prayer, contact me. I'll pray for you every day. Christians, your job is to witness and pray for the lost daily. If you're not doing it, do it now. If you are, great. And look up. Our redemption draweth nigh. We fly soon. Bye.